we have started a new epic week. We are about to get into all of the things. If you are tuning in, I appreciate you. Give a like, give a share, do whatever people do. If you're tuning in to shit, I have been offline for a minute and we are going to get into the high, the low, the why, the phi. We're going to see what is going on, where I've been, and what is going on. So here we go. As we're getting going, I'm just perusing X, and the new Grok is interesting. It is really interesting what Elon has been up to. Holy moly. I love it. One more song, then we're going to get into it. I'm watching the Pump.Fun token just crater at the moment. Is it a buying opportunity? Tell me what you're doing in the comments. I am not going to read them.
Lucky to be in the side bus, in the side bus, when it back in line. Lucky to be in the side bus, in the side bus, when it back in line. In the side bus life, side bus in the side. Lucky to just be in the side bus life, side bus in the side.
Yo, check it, I'm catching that wave. Fuku's the name at the game. I'm
Don't sleep on the Fukuhedrons on Bitcoin.
This ain't just art, it's a hustle, you see. Bitcoin's a brush paying well digitally. Yeah, I'm stacking these tokens, making my move. In this new world, baby, watch how I groove. We in the cloud, it's a virtual space. Fuku's the future, setting the pace. With every drop, we rewrite the rules. The step back, we are kings, no fools.
Lucky to be in the side bus, in the side bus, when it ride bus. Yeah, like nobody else other than us in the side bus, in the side bus.
Yo, check it, I'm stacking these blocks. Fuku's and them is taking over the clock. Superhedron shining, they got that glow. In this crypto hustle, we steal the show. Digital walking, we making it real. Every NFT drop is a part of the deal. Bitcoin thing, watch it rise like the sun. Fuku's a movement and we ain't done. Virtual garage, we strong. Our style for the issues on display. Come and stay for a while. This ain't just money, it's a cultural shift. Get on our level, come and take a lift.
Yo! What is going on, everybody? How the fuck is everybody doing? It is Monday night, and we are going to kick off some shit. I've got questions. I have questions for you MFers that are tuning in. Okay. So, you know what? Let me just fucking pull up this pump chart right now. Before we even get into the muck and the mire, because I want to check in with y'all and I want to figure something out before we get into any of this shit. Okay, so holy shit. Okay, so this is my question. Okay. So pump. So this company that I can't believe I'm getting into this before we get into anything else, but it's okay. This company has been one of the fastest growing companies kind of in history in this short time frame. The amount of money that they have generated is staggering. Then they did a token launch, and like any good crypto product, the speculation rolled into the ecosystem and people began to play. When we look at this chart, if you decided to play at any point other than the very beginning, you are down bad. And I listened to a Thread Guy podcast that he had today, and this gentleman, I think he poured 60% of his net worth into this token. And granted, it may get legs. And this is the question that I'm posing. Is this dip, right? We're seeing everything pump. We're going to get into the drop off in Bitcoin dominance. And is it altcoin market actually coming? Is the altcoin market going to surpass what Bitcoin is about to do, which is about to be fucking historic? But could the meme coin alt market just catapult past it? That was many people's thesis until the narrative changed with the president of the United States adopting Bitcoin and it becoming a crypto haven. I don't know if we're there yet, but that's the deliverable that we're aiming to get after. This Pump.Fun token that is down 63% in the last 6 hours, though it's up, even at this margin, it's still up 1,000% since its launch. Is this drop a generational fucking buy? These guys have raised close to $700 million in the last year. Pocket cash that they are taking home, $700 million. I think the team is maybe 12 to 15 people. It's not like they're splitting that equally, but holy shit, nobody's having a bad day over at Pump.Fun. Then they launched the token and it gigasent and people top blasted like we all do. If you're a good crypto nerd, you will top blast everything. And apparently the only thing you can't top blast is Bitcoin. But this Pump.Fun token, it is so interesting. This might be the end. This moment in time, like I don't even do the meme. Like, I mean, I do them, I fuck with them, but I don't talk about them, report on them anymore. My narrative has shifted. And I'll get into what that means and what's going to happen with that. But the Pump.Fun token is down dramatically. I think it's a fucking buy. I really do. I think this level is really interesting. Next up, I would love to stream on Pump.Fun, but you can't do it unless you launch a token. And so if I were to do that, the token would have something to do with experiential art and showing up at events where art is being displayed. And I'm kind of I would love to. I'm not early to Pump.Fun, especially not early to streaming on Pump.Fun, but I'm interested in the creator focused narrative. And I guess you put your money you put your money on the line, right? When you do a token. So if I can figure out a way to make it really interesting for participants, meaning I don't do any of the art. I don't do anything that I do to get rich. I do it because I love the experience. I enjoy every minute of my day. I do what I want every single day of my life. And right now I'm creating art and it's wonderful. And I want to bring people into this amazing community, but it takes participation on your end. It takes work. It takes blood, sweat, and tears. The people where I am show up and volunteer enormous amounts of their time to make this community happen. And it creates this magical environment. And I want to nurture it and help it grow. And one of the ways that I am going to do that is to involve it in the crypto ecosystem, especially the blockchain ecosystem and soulbound tokens. So I'm starting to think about ways that the soulbound tokens will be redeemable for actual tokens. I'm thinking about a bunch of different ways to play and just interact with this ecosystem. I think we are all still early. If you are a content creator and doing shit, I think this new avenue is really interesting. And I've been getting DMs from other new platforms that are coming out. And interestingly enough, their requirement is also you must launch a token. And so do you go with the leader of the pack, Pump.Fun, which has pretty much the market share at the moment? Or do you look at some of these new peeps that are coming up that are developing? I don't know. First to market is always good, but sometimes second or third to market has the kinks worked out a little better, and their deliverables are a bit more in the core that fucking brings harmony to your heart or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. So the evolution of this ecosystem happens so fast, and it will continue to ramp up and happen faster and faster, which is why you should develop a drinking habit immediately. And I suggest IPA, because 2 or 3 IPAs at the end of the day is the best way to just, I don't know. I had a fucking great day creating. I solved some problems. I had some creative blocks with some projects that I'm working on. And when I have these blocks, like I think about it all night. Like I can't sleep at night because I'm problem solving in my head. And sometimes you wake up and you just have answers. So I solved some shit today, and I'm excited to put the solutions into practical experience over the next couple of days and see if it actually works. So that is where I am at. Wow, I really got sidetracked with Pump. Look at that token, though. These guys know how to make magic. Now, when I look at this token down so much, is it because the airdrop allocation that people are receiving is less than they thought, and everybody's all of a sudden fudding this? Is the FUD intentional as part of this fucking crypto game that goes on where people want you to believe it's not valuable and it just skyrockets? This, to me, is a buying opportunity, especially if you have some sideline cash and you can just sit and wait. We are so close to its launch price. When you look at perspective, like if we zoom out 30 days from now, this little blip will look like such a nothing, though we have pure panic in the market. These red candles that seem staggering because the token launched today. When we get to the 30-day mark, these candles will be minuscule because I think Pump is just going to rip. I really do. I really do. We're going to get into that shit in a bit. Next up, we are going to just let you know, it is still Monday. We have about 13 minutes before the turn of the hour, but we are bringing chaos to clarity, noise to narrative on Monday, the 14th of July. Yesterday was my mom's birthday, and it's fucking, so this sucked. So not only am I'm separated by my mom by a bunch of time zones. So she's way ahead of me. So it makes it difficult to interact early and, like catch her in the morning. On top of that, this particular day that was my mom's birthday, I had a community build day at the art space that I work at. And we have a ton of people that show up. So my day starts really early and it's pretty time intensive and it's energy focused and I need to interact with a ton of people. And I did not have time to call my mom and wish her happy birthday. And to get a call from her at like noon, my time, saying, "Hey, did you know it's my birthday?" It sucked. And it's, like it made me feel like shit. And moms are really good at doing that, but it really made me feel like shit. And while it made me feel like shit, it also highlighted to me that is where my priorities are right now. My priorities are on the job that I'm doing at the moment. And I'm ecstatic about it. I'm thrilled about it. There is creative possibilities flowing in every direction I look. And it is worth every single bit of my attention that I give it. And I apologize for the people that read my Substack because I have not been posting the podcast, none of it. I've been heads down doing a bunch of shit. And if I get the opportunity to really tie it in, it's going to be fucking awesome. And I'm going to. It's just going to take a minute. But it will be magical. And it's fucking crazy. I think last time I went online streaming, it was, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 days ago, and Bitcoin was at $109,000. Last time I looked at the chart, we're cranking it at $117,000. It's on a rampage. Bitcoin is on a fucking rampage. We even saw it blast through $123,000. The shockwaves. This is what's interesting. I have the shockwaves. Like, I don't know. One of the interesting things I've been thinking about is the Bitcoin road from, I don't know, let's say $75,000 to $100,000, maybe let's say 69,000, right? We hit that number and Bitcoin people went crazy. Let's say 69,000 to 100K, which is this psychological barrier. The 69,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin was difficult. But in that time zone, we had regulatory change. We had sentiment change. We had a bunch of things change. So 69K to 100K was difficult. 100K to 500K is going to be easy. That's how crazy this shit is about to get. And it's interesting, while people have the Bitcoin FOMO right now, a really smart economist that I listen to daily, he was looking at Bitcoin dominance and he's basing it off of strategic players that are coming in. And his view was that a dip is coming. And it's so crazy when you follow two economists and their opinions all of a sudden start to change. Some are super bullish and some are saying caution is advised. And the decision you make will change your life. If you choose caution and it goes ballistic, you lose. If you choose ballistic and it stays cautionary, your funds are tied up. Like, you're fucked. Like, You're probably a gambling addict and you were hoping to leverage play Bitcoin without leverage trading, just spot trading. I don't know. Like, my personal opinion is we have a psychological number coming up, and it's I don't think it's not a stock market psychological number. It's not a systematic past psychological number. It's not 120 grand or 125 grand. There's some number. Maybe it's like $147,000 Bitcoin. There is some number that we're going to hit. And let's say 145 is the stock trader's psychological number to start selling their options or whatever, right? Like, you put in sell orders at 145 because you think that's going to be the top so you can sleep at night. And Bitcoin creeps up to 145. It's not going to stop at the 145 number. It's maybe the 150 number it doesn't stop at. It's going to bust through one of these psychological barriers that traders rely on. And when it does, FOMO is going to kick in for mainstream everybody. And a lot of them are going to buy Bitcoin. This thing that's about to happen. I remember trying to sell websites to people that didn't believe in the internet, and they would tell me to get out of their office. They were fine advertising in the Yellow Pages, which was a paper phone book that hung in payphones. That was their only source of advertisement. And in 2001, I was telling them, listen, the internet is coming. You want to be a part of this. I have your .com name set up. I'm running you on my server. I've already done your website. All you need to do is say yes, and I will get you on. And we called it at the time the World Wide Web. You'll be on the World Wide Web. And people would look at me like I was insane. 25 years later, crypto is coming. The insanity thing it's dried up. The criminal thing, Silk Road thing has dried up. The Elizabeth Warren fucking shit is dried up. Crypto is here to stay. What will continue to drive it, even if politicians, companies don't do it? AI. AI is going to live in shit and breathe with cryptocurrency. It will never touch fiat because it is so crooked. Fiat is pegged to a country, a dictator, a fucking president, whatever the fuck it is. Crypto is universal. AI will understand that inherently, and it will not work with anything else. It will be the propellant that we never knew was coming. All of us have been waiting for regulatory guidance, clarity, and information to move forward with the crypto space, and we got it. We're getting it. Today was a fucking huge day. There's so many big things that happen in crypto legislation today. And these narratives will take a moment to kick in and to actually create actionable items from investment bankers, different fund managers. But when the tide turns, it's going to raise all the boats. And on top of that, we have AI that is taking over the world that is only going to deal in crypto. We didn't even know this was coming, the crypto bros. I mean, we saw it coming, but when you think about how it's going to proliferate cryptocurrencies in general, this was not part of our recipe, playbook, anything. We just wanted fucking regulatory clarity. Now we've got fucking robots that are promoting the shit without even promoting it. It's about to get absolutely fucking crazy. It's already crazy. It really is. It really is. What's even crazier is in these markets, I have friends that are winning really big. I have friends that are losing really big. The liquidations in the last 24 hours have wiped out like $700 million. And there's some really good stories, like Giga Chads that just bet wrong and lost. There's a trader on Binance that lost today. All right, I'm going to drink to this. I'm going to drink to him in his honor. You know how much money he lost today in one trade? $100 million. Like, dude, if your life is so good that you're trading with the 100 million in cash, you think you have it all figured out. You really do. There's like, your life is good. You're about to be a gajillionaire. And then it happens. Liquidated. Fucking liquidated. Holy shit. That is crazy. All this happened on Binance and it is trackable. You can even watch the play-by-play. It's really, that would be fun to watch liquidation charts as people are getting liquidated or leverage trading. The only way that you can leverage trade is you need to have a camera streaming as you are watching your progress. That would be awesome. What is fueling all this frenzy? Okay, keep in mind, we have ETFs. They are absolutely raining money. President Trump, he is throwing more and more completely pro-crypto vibes. What I'm wondering, and this is this weird inflection point where we're at, is I think that while this previous election, crypto was a decisive moment for who or which candidate you decided to vote for. Because if they were pro-crypto, they got your vote. If they were anti-crypto, that means they don't understand where we're going and they lost your vote. It was a divider between the parties, cryptocurrency. Let's future forward 3 years to the next election. I believe that crypto will have been solidified times 100 where we're at now. It will be a part of everything. And again, because of AI, but it will be everywhere. The Democratic Party, Elon's American Party, the Republican Party, everybody will be pro-crypto. So now the decision is going to be made about some of the other things in life. I don't know. Trump was my candidate because of the pro-crypto stance. And I think that is going to bring so much evolution to the United States government, having people that are pro-crypto in office, because if they understand crypto, in my view, they will also have this inherent ability to handle other complex problems that are going to arise. And the great thing about government is people have to vote for it. So yes, they will be in a pool of people and they may get outvoted, but the ability to bring the ideology that blockchain brings and on-chain brings and open source coding brings, this is the mindset of the crypto people who are now in the halls of government, and they are actively involved with the decision-making process. And if you have super smart people in government, things can only get better. So that is why I am a huge fan of the current administration being absolutely pro-crypto, because I think they kicked it out of the park. If the United States was not the crypto hub or did not strive to be the crypto hub of the new world, we would be missing out on everything. Absolutely everything. That's how big this part of the puzzle is. I don't even know where we're going. And, you know, I'll throw this out there. Like, let's just take the fucking boomer argument about gold. I'm not even going to get into whether it's good or bad. Let's just call it a boomer argument. If we're going to go to Mars and colonate fucking Mars, right? Like go in a spaceship and go on up there. That's heavy duty. Now, trust me, before we colonize Mars, I'm sure everybody's heard this rumor that there's this asteroid floating around that's just like this giant golden nugget. Do you think that's the only one? Do you think that, like, we, in this galaxy that's so massive, we were able to stumble across this giant golden nugget floating around in space and it's the only one? The answer is no. Gold is probably everywhere. At some point, in my view, gold will be, it will have zero value because we will be able to find it everywhere, well before we colonize Mars. Is colonate even a word? And I think I said it like 3 times. Maybe now it's definitely 4 times, and it is definitely not a word. I have a good friend, Andy, that makes up words all the time. Just words that do not exist. And colonate, maybe I learned that from him. But gold, it will become zero value. Bitcoin, it's the digital revolution of gold, and it's real. There's only a certain amount that will exist. It's exactly what we wanted in gold. The government thought they could take it from us when they said, I mean, all kinds of shit. They made it illegal for United States citizens to hold gold. Then we were on the gold standard. They decided we're not going to do that anymore. We're just going to start printing money like it's a shit show, and there's no gold standard. That was the big red flag. Bitcoin is the antithesis of no gold standard. That's the only way to get back to reality. Find something that has a precise amount, add value to it, and it becomes an equity. Nothing has ever existed like it before. Nothing. It's about to go shit show crazy. And again, I don't know. What's the number? 100 and fuck. Like think of it like this. If you've told your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousin, your best friend, your Uber driver, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, I don't care what the fuck it is. If you've told somebody to buy Bitcoin and they're like, it's a scam. I don't know. Let's say it's at 118 grand right now. Let's say Bitcoin gets to 200 grand and you talk to that same friend and say, hey, I told you to buy it at 118 grand. It's now 200 grand. Are you going to buy it? No, it's too expensive now. Let's say it hits 300 grand. You dial the same phone number. Dude, this shit is on fire. Are you buying it? No. Let's say it gets to 500 grand, that same phone call. At some point, right, and we're all guilty of it, you and your people, your compatriots, whatever the fuck, your compadres, everybody you know at some point is going to think, I need to buy some Bitcoin. And if it's at $500,000 per Bitcoin, that's unfortunate for those people, but they will still do well. It will just take time. It's the gold of the future that is, I mean, it's so awesome what is happening. And it's just beginning. We're so early. We are at the time where I was trying to sell websites that I designed to lawyers and doctors' offices and real estate companies that did not want to advertise on the World Wide Web. They thought that was a bit crazy for them. And this is what's even crazier. This is awesome. Keep in mind, in 1999, this is right after that, right? Now that I think about it. So in 1999, we had this crazy scare because computer devs back then hadn't figured into the equation 1999 turning into the year 2000. They just, the timing system for the early computers didn't go into the year 2000. It stopped at 1999. So there was this thought that at the reset of 1999 to 2000, computers would have this glitch. And pandemonium set in, and people thought everything that was computer related, which was new to us, MapQuest, I don't think it was out yet. But I don't even know if navigation was really out yet. But computers were out and information was being transferred, and it was fucking awesome. It was a revolution. And when they said that it's all going to go down, and when they said all go down, I mean, they're talking about traffic control, cameras, air traffic control, red light cameras, not red light cameras. They didn't have those back then. Red lights, green lights would go out. They thought the entire electric system was going to short circuit at midnight when it turned from 1999 to the year 2000. And when it happened, you know what happened? Nothing. Nothing. But for like 6 months, people across the globe flipped out. And it was interesting because that scare was one of those things that made non-believers continue to be a non-believer. After the year 2000, when internet started to pick up again, and it wasn't, there was no glitch in the matrix. We figured it out. We can move forward. All of those skeptics were like, no, just last year, the whole thing was about to go down. Get out of here. Very much like cryptocurrency and what we're doing here. It's the same story, but this story that we're telling with crypto is so much it's bigger than when the internet hit the planet. It's bigger because it's the internet, it's currency, and it's AI all rolled into a ball. And it's a new product that we have never dealt with. It's a brand new thing coming. And it's just starting. And if you have been tuning in, I do these podcasts, I don't know, for the last 4 years. I think Bitcoin was at $13,000. Solana, $8. Always believing in where we're going. And still being called a nut by my friends and family. No different than trying to talk to people about the internet. They thought I was a nut. We want to stay in the phone book. We don't want to be on the World Wide Web. Like, can you imagine that conversation? And I've had them. I remember when microwaves came out and there was a group of people that said, we will not have that in our house because it causes radiation and it will kill you. I had 4 glizzies today in the microwave and each one was delicious. Every single one was delicious. And if you haven't had a glizzy today, ask yourself, why are you doing that to yourself? Why? What do you guys fucking think about Ethereum? I've been shit showing Ethereum. One of my buddies is involved with the creation of Ethereum, and I love him desperately. I feel like Ethereum is the blockbuster because I think Vitalik is too smart for his own good. I don't know if the tech is too cumbersome. I like Solana because it's fast, simple, and fucking easy. But I think Ethereum has got an interesting story. If you have comments, you want to come online, let me know in the comments. I'm not going to read them. Not one of them. Sui and Crow, they are back in the mix. Holy shit, they are flexing their muscles. Crow, I remember when that coin came out and listening to the narrative. And back at that time, kind of this token launch on live spaces, it wasn't a thing. Maybe people were still back in Clubhouse or they were doing these really peculiar podcasts. And when Crow came out, I mean, like anybody, right? I guess the people that are the early adopters and believers are the ones who decided to gamble, bought in early, and caught some movement. And then they decided to become maxis. Anyway, I listened to some Crow maxis talk about this token. I was living, I mean, I remember exactly where I was when I listened to these gentlemen talk about it. It may have been 4 years ago. And they were like diehard maxis. And these guys have to be absolutely ecstatic now because Crow and Sui, they're showing muscle. But like with these ups, I always want to keep in mind the downs. Like I had the pump.fun pump token up on the chart at the beginning of the show. And I don't even do that just because I want to watch the crazy market. And it is absolutely crazy. All right, let's get into some shit and see what's going on. So before we even get into the crypto shit, let's get into some what the fuck news, because I think all this news plays into what the fuck is happening to crypto and not necessarily what's happening to it today, but what is going to happen to it, right? We have Trump, tariffs, and Ukraine. Trump is talking about putting 100% tariffs on Russia. Why? Because he's pushing for a peace deal. And what's really interesting about this type of negotiation is it's not this open-ended deal. It's like you have 50 days to comply with this. And that's like balls to the wall shit, because at the end of 50 days, if a deal is not met, you are going to have to change your stance and either take on a fight or flight posture. And we know what posture Donald Trump will take. It gets really interesting. We have 30% tariffs. They're getting ready to crack for the EU. Mexico is also about to get slathered with a shit ton of tariffs. But these are all fucking just bargaining chips, because each of these countries respectively have countered back and said, we are going to hold our tariffs, like our counter tariffs on the United States, until a certain date where we can have time to talk about this shit. Nobody wants this shit to happen. It's so interesting, the economic wars that countries can play upon each other because of fiat currency. They cannot do this with cryptocurrency. They don't have the control. All this shit should end. We're also sending a bunch of fucking missiles. So 100% tariffs on Russia, and we are sending a bunch of Patriot missiles to Ukraine. Like these are not firecrackers. They're Patriot fucking missiles. Who named that, huh? Holy moly. If you guys were on X over the weekend, you were probably astounded with the language that this little guy, Elmo, came down the pike with, because he was spewing some nasty shit on X. Why? Because Elmo's profile on X was hacked. It's not that I think the actual Elmo Kids fans are on X, so it probably doesn't matter, but it probably did some damage to Sesame Street and the underlying ecosystem. It's just, I mean, I don't know. Or are we getting to a point where we're desensitized to all these things? As soon as Elmo says some horrendous slur on the timeline, I don't think people are like, oh, Sesame Street's gotten fucking crazy. This is awesome. I think they understand that the account has been hacked, which is very different from when Kanye West tweets something. You might think, oh, the account's hacked. Nope. That's Kanye. Possibly Kanye hacked the Elmo account. No, I'm no Nancy Drew, but if I put two things together, this fits. I think Kanye hacked the Elmo account over the weekend. Absolutely. Hands down, absolutely. Next up, we have Como versus Mandy. Man, I don't know what his name is. This guy is absolutely so this is fucking crazy. I do not live in New York anymore. And at the moment I'm glad. But when I lived in New York, Cuomo, his brother, their narration through the entire COVID pandemic, they put so much salt on the wound of what was happening, in my opinion. So I'm not a fan of either one of these individuals, the Cuomo brothers. Cuomo's now running against this new contender, Mamdini. And I do not know anything about him. I do know that I saw a really weird video of him being confronted by a constituent, and he just put a smile on his face that was I've never seen anybody smile for that length of time in my entire life. And it was so strange. It's like the Matrix. Like, oh, this dude is a fucking complete robot. He's on smile mode and he doesn't hear anything. Like, that's how fucking weird it was. So we've got this guy who shoved COVID down your throat with Fauci telling you the end of the world is near. And then he's running against a robot in the mayoral race for New York City, which makes me really happy that I'm in California at the moment. Not that happy. I was really happy in Texas. I'm in California now, where people are different than they are in Texas. The art studio where I am, it's very close to a Tesla dealership. And in California, people hate Elon Musk, even though he's energy efficient and involved in literally saving the human race. In California, they stand outside his dealerships every Saturday with a horn section, drums, a fucking marching band, and they're just making noise, making it difficult for Tesla to do business. And I think it's awesome and hilarious. And what's interesting is, now that Trump and Elon don't get along, why are they still protesting Elon? And if Elon comes up with this new fucking American party, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I'm interested if it's crypto savvy, and I think it is. So he's got my vote. But what are they protesting? If you know why people are protesting Elon Musk, leave word in the comments, and I'm not going to read them. If you are commenting and you have been fired because of Elon Musk, I will delete your comment. That's it. I won't even read it. This woman is absolutely on fire. Queen Bee, she is back in town. Where is she? She's not where I am. She's in the town of Hotlanta, and she is bringing the motherfucking HEAT, not like summer, like Beyonce only can. It's fucking, she's just, look at that magic. She's into it. I'm into it. I can't tell you one Beyonce song, not one. I still like her. Can't tell you one, not one. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, no, not one. All right, that's unfortunate. All right, let's look at the heat map. And holy shit, while it is bright red, it is still beautiful. Bitcoin is hit 117,000 MF dollars. That is the only thing we're going to look at. We're going to get into more things in a minute. These red. So, fuck, we're going to get into it now. Is this red a momentary reset? Or is like, I don't, fuck, I'm so full port on all this crypto stuff. I think these red days, it's interesting to look at Bitcoin at $117,000 and think it's red. It's a buying opportunity. Bitcoin is always a buy as long as you have time to wait, period. But listening to some of the other TradFi nerds that I listen to saying that the dominance is dropping, is Bitcoin about to tank for a bit? I heard somebody say $88,000 for Bitcoin in the short term. Like, that's fucking, like, what are you talking about? But if they're right, I don't know. We don't know how to play it. We're going to keep moving on. That's how we do it. Crypto Greed and Fear Index is coming in at a 73, down a bit from yesterday. It is a lagging indicator. I think we are in good money. I cannot believe that it is midway through July. It is now July 15th, 12:26 a.m. my time. The adage in crypto has always been sell in May and go away. If you adopted that moniker for your trading strategy, you would be shit showed out of business. This is the flip of the script. This shit we're seeing right now, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index at a greed level, number 73 in July, when everybody is out of town on summer vacation. This is the height of the summer. This is it. We've got one more little peak toward the end of August, right before Congress comes back into session, when things really pick up back to a normal pace and we see where we really are. These doldrums of summer, which usually whack out people, it hasn't existed this summer. This was a fucking great summer. It's fucking amazing. Holy fuck, it's happening in the summer. Wait till shit goes up. When does it go up? Well, the crypto market says it goes up in October, aka Uptober. Sell in May and go away, buy in September because it goes up in October. Super easy narrative, and it's worked religiously off of the Bitcoin halving cycle. Continuously, it's just worked. Enter Donald Trump. enter a narrative where crypto becomes part of the vernacular that everybody is talking about. These changes that are coming are huge. And then after we get a government that's pro crypto, during this whole time, we have AI evolving and developing. It is going to live, eat, breathe, and shit crypto. Nothing else. It's about to go parabolic, hand in hand. I watched it happen with the internet, and this is times 10. And if I look at it, like this is the biggest gold rush of my lifetime. I think it's the last big gold rush we get on this planet. That sounds crazy as fuck, right? But think about it. We're solving AI, AGI, digital money, the metaverse, communication. It's all being solved simultaneously in this package, which is kind of everything humans need. We have an exploratory nature and we are going to travel. Maybe it's the moon, Mars. I don't know. Maybe we go deep sea. I don't know what the answer is where we're going. But I do know that to me, planet Earth, the discovery, like what's going to come along that's going to be a boom for early players in society? Is it flying cars? No, you're probably late for that. Is it space travel? You might be late for that. I mean, the big players are already doing that, right? Is it selling pitchforks and shovels to the new miners on Mars? Probably. Or some facet of that. This crypto revolution coupled with the internet revolution, aka metaverse, AGI, all of it played together. This next 4 or 5 years is going to be the biggest transformation of wealth in history. And the other ingredient, which is also interesting, is as far as younger people inheriting wealth from their parents, we are just about to move into the greatest transformation of wealth in history. And when old money gets into young money hands, this generation for the first time is not going to do what they did in the past. They're going to do what they see fit for the future. And the narrative is about to change in such a fucking huge way. These extra ingredients that just happen to be part of our timestamp, Trump deciding pro crypto, AI becoming part of the narrative, the transformation of wealth that is coming from the boomers who are passing away and leaving their wealth to their siblings or whatever, their kids. All these ingredients that happen to be happening at this moment in time are presenting a roadmap for like, holy fuck nut. Holy moly. Bitcoin dominance at the 24-hour mark, it is in the green. ETH dominance is also in the green. But I have the 1-year Bitcoin and ETH dominance chart pulled up. And as you can see, the last peak we had was June 25th. It is July 15th. So not that long ago, but long enough ago where my friends who say the Bitcoin is going to go down, it is enough ammunition for them to start building a narrative. And the narrative is institutional flow is changed for the moment. When it changes, dominance goes down and there's a cascading effect. I have friends that say it is time to sell Bitcoin and wait for it to turn around. Really interesting. Really interesting. Now, I'm gonna touch back on that in one sec, but I just want to look at numbers right now. Bitcoin 116, so we're down 4.4% on the day, but up 91% on the year. Ethereum trading at $2,986. It has almost recaptured all of its ground. It is the only cryptocurrency in the top 15 that is down year to date, and it's down tremendously. It's down 8%. It was down 60% about a month ago. So it's made some ground. Is it enough to really kick shit off? We have XRP. It's up 447% year to date, trading at $2.86. Tether, that should not be on my list. I am sorry. I will hide that. BNB trading at 680. I have continually said for the lifetime of this podcast, 650 BNB is a buy. It is a buy. Anything in this range, I think is still a buy. This 680. If you're a bull and want to hold, I like it. If you're bearish and want to trade, I would not buy BNB at this moment in time. Solana, to me, is the rocket ship trade for the next, if you have money to wait 2 years, even more than like, just let this percolate. I think Solana is the biggest play for the next 2 years on the books, period. I fucking love it. Coming in at 160, we're only up 8% on the year. The exact amount that Ethereum is down on the year. We've got complicated blockchain versus smooth, simple transactions. Very expensive, free. Cumbersome, easy. Not fun, fun. Boring, exciting. Decide what side you are on. Dogecoin, keep this on your fucking radar. I always talk about this. Why? Because there are more wallets that hold this fucking token from yesteryear that got into this whole crypto game when they convinced you that buy this token, and if it goes to 1 penny, you will be a billionaire. And people lost their life savings. Lost, I say, because they purchased, they top blasted, and it has done nothing. Shiba Inu is another great example. I have so many friends that got into this crypto game for the wrong reason off of this fucked up narrative that buy this token, you have a billion of them. If it goes to a penny, you will be a wealthy person. All those people held. They became part of the Shiba Inu army, the Dogecoin army, and they are going to hold forever. And if Bitcoin gets to that magic number I was talking about, 250, fucking $300,000, and everybody starts FOMOing into crypto, the Doge people, the Shiba Inu people, the Solana people, they're not going to buy Bitcoin. They're going to double, triple down on their convictions and buy more Dogecoin, buy more Solana, buy more Shiba Inu. So you have to watch the Doge, the Shiba Inu, all these things, and never take your eye off Solana because it is not a sleeper. It is a giant that is about to awaken. Top meme coins by market capitalization. We have Manu, Finks, Chillhouse, Pengu, and Shiba Inu. I can't believe Pengu is in the top 5 meme coins by market cap. It has moved. Pengu is now number 54 in crypto market cap across the globe. 54. If you're not in the game, that might not mean anything to you, but this is huge. Huge. You know, it's so big. Pengu, this token is up 107% in the last 7 days. It is not stopping. That's the interesting thing. Like, this pump to me, if you have been telling your friends, family, relatives to buy crypto, right? Seeing Bitcoin at 117, seeing it Pangu at all-time highs. The apprehension from shell shock from the past is, wow, I wish you bought this earlier. No. Show them this track record as a conviction play. Say, look, this shit is moving. If you have patience and can hold on to this, it will continue in the same direction. There may be ups, there may be downs, but just be patient. Bitcoin, yes. Solana, yes. Pangu, yes. I posted on my X today, I think it was June 14th. I had, so not even, maybe June, I don't know. It was about a month ago. I had a good friend of mine call me up and say, hey, buddy, I got 10 grand. I want to put it into crypto. What do you think I should do? And we were also talking about his business. And he has a dirt bike motorcycle company that makes really nice race bikes. And I said, hey, if you have 10 grand you want to spend it in crypto, my advice is spend it all on Pangu. Why would you do that? Because you're creating other things with your business. I said, now with your business, I would buy a pudgy penguin and I would use that as your mascot. I would also begin to stream on Abstract some of the things that you're doing with some of the top dirt bike racers on the planet and some of the things that you're getting ready to bring to the pike. Utilize these new social media platforms like Abstract and see what you can do. And as the days have gone by, I just continue to send him texts saying, hey, this is up, this is up, this is up, this is up. So long story short, I told him to buy a pudgy penguin. Floor price was about 21 grand. Today, they're at $42,000, not even 2 weeks later. The Pangu token, when I told him to buy it, he said I wanted to buy $10,000 worth of something. I said full ported on one token, I would buy Pangu. It's up 187% since I told him to buy it. That $10,000 is now worth $28,700. His $14,000 floor price NFT is now worth $21,000. He didn't pull the trigger on either one. But on my timeline today, I just posted the messages that I've been sending him saying, this is the shit. And when I am looking at, so I just said the Pangu token was at 55. It's up to 52 now. The Pangu token just surpassed the Trump token, the president of the United States. Like, just think about that for a second. A lot of tokens are above Trump. Doesn't matter. Pangu started down below and just surpassed Trump. That's insane. This is a brand new player that is kicking up dust. Check my posts on X because it is interesting. Now, let's look at the altcoin index. And we haven't seen this for a long time. We are out of full port Bitcoin season. We're in the middle. We have not entered altcoin season, but the trajectory seems to state from different people, depending on how you look at it, that altcoin season is about to happen. Everybody thought it would happen. We all thought altcoin seasons were going to go more parabolic than Bitcoin. Then we got Trump involved. Then we have legislation. All these things have changed everything. But if institutional flow around adoption of Bitcoin pauses for a moment, that's going to bring the price of Bitcoin down. It's great for everybody. Buy more Bitcoin. It also alleviates some of the seesaw and lets people move into some of the more risk on shit like the meme coins. And it looks like we are seeing that. We have not been at the level that we are currently at since February. So the last 4 months really have been all Bitcoin season. We've had some flourishes into altcoin season where some things pumped. But if we get back into a zone where it is altcoin season, holy fuck nut shit is going to absolutely pump. And how do we know it's going to absolutely pump? This is a great metric stick, this is DEX volume. It's up 35% from last week. We are in the middle of summer. And this shit is going 35% uptick is fucking parabolic. Parabolic. We will take it. And last up, we're going to check out a couple NFTs, right? I've been talking about Pudgies. I've been trying to get my friends to buy them. On the 7-day chart, Pudgy Penguins, the NFT is up 53%. Little Pudgies, up 39.5%. But like the Bored Ape, the CryptoPunks, the Mutant Punks, Azuki's had a good run right now on the 7 days, almost 20%. But the regulars are just kind of staying in their lane. Nobody's breaking out, right? Moonbirds have had some plays. They've taken on new ownership. There's some neat things happening there. But this Pudgy Penguin, Little Pudgy run, you cannot ignore it. You are not too late. Tell your mom, your friends, your family to buy Pengu. Buy a Little Pudgy and wait it out for a couple years. You are not too late for this stuff, which is kind of awesome. All right, you nerds. Here's what I'm going to do. I got a crazy early day tomorrow. I've been making a bunch of art. I was up on a lift all day in the sun doing a bunch of shit. I'm going to have some videos coming out soon of what's going on. This is what I'm going to say right now. And there's only a couple of people in here, so do with it what you want. If I get a break in time over the next couple of days, I may stream on pump.fun, which means I will launch a token. And I have some really interesting ideas on how to create value around that token. I don't want to extract. I want to give back. I want to create some experiences for some people that are young and coming into the world of opportunity. I want to share experiences, share awesome experiences that can change the trajectory of your life. So there may be something coming on pump.fun. Keep a lookout for that. I'm not committing to it. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I do like experimenting with new shit. And if I was doing the full port crypto stuff 24/7, which I was doing for the last 4 years, I would have already done it. But I'm making art right now, and that's always art. Music is my passion. And if I have an opportunity to do those things, that is where the water will flow 100% of the time. If I get the opportunity to mix crypto and art, that excites me beyond belief. And I'm involved with a vehicle where I may be able to deliver that to a bunch of people. So stay tuned for it. We'll see what happens. You guys are awesome if you tuned in. I appreciate you. I really do. We're going to run it back. I want to say tomorrow, but you never know how tomorrow goes. But we'll figure it out. You guys are awesome. Boom.